Welcome to the wonderful Thank You for Playing podcast. I am the Mighty Toro, and I'm joined by my stellar co-host, Lambo, editor extraordinaire, and BLJ. We in this thing. If you haven't noticed, you know what I'm saying? We sitting here live action. You can actually see us today. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
We've been working diligently behind the scenes to make this happen. We couldn't just clap and it happened, but we teamed up, got some stuff going, and here we are. Amazingly, we got a few requests to go live. We want to see who we were and how we do things. So for those that have never seen us, it's nice to finally meet you. Thanks for pulling up your virtual chair. And we're in this thing, So with that being said, there we go. How y'all doing today? What's cracking? What's good, y'all?
Doing well. How's it going?
I'm all right out here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thugging it out.
Me and my boo right here.
Doing all right?
Me and my boo Amber. You know what I'm saying? Good. You know what I mean?
So who is your boo, man? Because I just need to know what's going on.
So this is
man, you're gonna have to tell them. You have to tell them the secret. With that dude, man. You got the stunner shades. You throwed out. Maybe they didn't realize that you was gonna come out stunting like that. But apparently, the BLJ is not just a gimmick. It's a way of life. It's a lifestyle.
This is very true.
You know what I'm saying? My boy is A1.
This is not an act. This is
he ain't part of
the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And today,
tell him Lambo, it's ball gang over here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. We make
ball
it
is beautiful.
I mean, it is. You are two beautiful young men, but unfortunately for you, the cute girls like Amber don't like those type of guys. She like the guys with the thing all out like your boy. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that right, boo?
You see how he just built us up and then just slapped us right in the face?
For sure.
But I'm excited. First time being on cam, We've been doing a few episodes and now we finally got it together and I'm ready.
Episode 20, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Big milestone.
That's a good
episode
time
20.
to debut live. Episode 20, 2-0. Okay. Yeah, for sure. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and throw it to BLJ. He always, come at us with the question of the week. I'm excited to answer it. So let's get it. What you got for us, BLJ?
For you young men. Has there ever been
square business.
Video game character or maybe even like an anime character that has influenced you guys in real life? Any way, shape, or form?
That is a fantastic question.
This super easy.
Yeah, and I was going to say, however, I don't have the back catalog, but we actually had a podcast topic on this in the beginning. I think it was like video game legends that influenced us, or their morals and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say this, 99.8% of the time, whenever they ask me questions like this, I'm like, the mighty Lubu. But I ain't going to do that today. I'm actually going to pick someone else who also influenced me.
Did I die?
I'm not going to go with Ken.
You picking somebody else? It's not Lubu?
Yeah, no, not the mighty
not
Lubu today. But Lambo, if you want, you can go ahead and go first. Yeah. So Lambo, you go ahead and go, and then I'll drop in and let BLJ get his.
Mine's right there behind me. Coincidentally enough, old Vegeta-sama himself.
Vegeta-sama. Well, you mind elaborating while?
I've always liked Vegeta more than Goku, even as a kid. For me, I like his determination, and a lot of his speeches about pride really stick with me, and just being proud of who you are, but also not giving up and having that rival to constantly push you further. A lot of that really speaks to me, and even though they didn't start out this way, they didn't start out respecting each other. Vegeta and Kakarot ended up being, Ryu and Ken, basically. Dragon Ball Z.
Friendly rivals, pushing each other.
Yeah. His strength of character, especially in the Boo arc when he pulled off his big sacrificial maneuver. Man, listening to that speech that he gives right before he kills himself still gives me goosebumps every now and then.
Okay.
Okay.
He had a change of heart, redemption.
Yeah.
All right.
Very good character arc.
You guys mind if I go next?
By all means, go
So
for
check
it.
I
this
don't
out,
mind.
right? Oh man, I feel like I'm copying because I legit had my character already set in my mind, and it was Vegeta, just like
Yeah.
you. For those
Vegeta-sama.
same reason.
No. Go ahead. Tell us why.
But I'll say, so back in my younger days, you know what I'm saying, when your boy really used to be out there in the gym working it out, you know what I'm saying? When I would go to the gym, I wouldn't say I would always look at Vegeta, but like a lot of flashbacks of Vegeta, like working out, you know, some of the older Dragon Ball episodes, he would like work out in the hyperbolic chamber, the lights would be all red and stuff like that. And he'd be in there doing like one push-ups
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, him and Goku, but just their work ethic to always be better. I would always have that in my mind when I would go work out. So every time I would do, let's say, squats or something, every time I go down and go up, I go down like slow, and then I come up slow. You know, thinking like, all right, I got to train hard like Vegeta and Goku do. You know what I mean? Like, I want my legs to look the best, and if they gonna look the best, I need to train as hard as they do. You know, every rep needs to be as best as the first rep, as good as the first rep. You know what I mean? So, and then I remember the Tournament of Power when Vegeta got eliminated by Jiren. He was pretty much defeated, you know, the last few seconds before he got out, but he was still like, he had like zero energy, just throwing like these weak punches. Like, he was not giving up until like you had to like legit throw him out. You know what I mean? So his mindset and like his will to win and never give up has really influenced me a lot in my life, you know, just for certain things. Especially like I said, when it comes to working out and stuff. There's times I'll be working out and I'm dead tired and I'm like, man, I just want to give up. I'm like, but what would Vegeta do? You know what I'm saying? So,
WWVD.
And just like you, I've always liked Vegeta more than Goku, you know, especially, I just like his demeanor. I always felt like he, especially in the beginning, because he was a bad guy, but now he's on the good side. I still feel like he's a bad guy on the good guy team, and that's why I like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's the one.
Yeah, he's definitely more of the anti-hero type of character.
He's such a bad
he's the
boy.
one like, I'll take you out right now. I'm on this side right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely
he's fighting Broly in the new movie, and he's like, "This is getting annoying."
Yeah.
So Vegeta for me as well. What about you, Toro?
Vegeta-sama. All right, me. All right. Well, appreciate y'all letting me go in last. But I said last tripping. So I got kind of an off the wall pick. Yeah, I got kind of an off the wall pick. I'm gonna briefly turn into Lore Master, but it's none other than the third shameless plug. This OG on my shirt. You see this dude right here? You know what I'm saying? That's the Emperor of Muay Thai, the man himself, Sagat. You know, the king. So I'm gonna tell you how Sagat influenced
the Tiger
me.
King.
Oh man, we ain't gonna say he the Tiger King, but I know he the Emperor of Muay Thai. So Sagat, first off, he was a boss character in Street Fighter II Champion Edition. That's when I first was introduced to him. Big boss.
He was the boss in Street Fighter 1,
cheap.
wasn't he?
Oh yeah. But I'm gonna jump back to Street Fighter 1. I'm just saying where I got introduced to him. Is Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. And you know, here I am playing Ryu, poster boy syndrome, as Lambo call it. And I'm playing Ryu, and we get to him, and then the announcer goes, Thailand, you know, and a little plane goes there, which I don't know how Ryu broadcast had enough money to fly everywhere, but I'm not gonna get into that, right? So I meet this guy, and this was before, I'm a shameless plug again. Right now, he buff as fuck, but Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, he was kind of thin. Maybe I can get a sprite of him or something, or some brief gameplay on the screen here. But he was kind of thin. Well, here I am as Ryu in Thailand fighting him, and they have that cool monument statue. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't want to disrespect, but they're laying down on their side, and this badass music comes up, right? So I'm fighting this guy, and he has all my moves. This is what I thought as a child. Like, man, he has fireballs too. Oh man, he has a dragon uppercut too. But he throws tiger on it. He patents it tiger. And you learn what the word tiger is real quick. He says it about 40 times a fight.
Tiger,
so
tiger,
yeah, tiger. And he was a very tough opponent to beat. You see the badass scar on his chest. When he defeats you, he laughs at you. First, it's a soft laugh. He wins again. It's a loud laugh. Like, he's a cool guy. Not to mention, he's missing an eye. So when I get older, I look into his lore. Fun fact, he used to be a redhead. That's funny to me. And he had both eyes. Apparently, he was going down the wrong path. And he was more like he used Muay Thai for, the wrong things, crime, or what was it? Basically injustice. He wasn't a very nice person. There's a character in Street Fighter Alpha. They introduced him. His name is Dan. Many of y'all know who Dan is. His father wound up challenging Sagat, and during the fight, Dan's father took out Sagat's eye, and in a fit of bloody rage, wound up killing Dan's father, Go Hibiki, R.I.P. Go. He's a real one.
That's a hard name.
Then comes the arc.
So that's a hard name too. Go.
Go Hibiki. So fast forward a little bit after him killing Go's father. They did show in the Alpha series that Ryu faced against him. I believe the Alpha series is where he got his scar. I think I'm correct. But I know also that Ryu wound up fighting him. He was the last boss in the original Fighting Street. It wasn't Street Fighter yet, but it was called Fighting Street. And I don't know. Basically, his arc goes to him wanting nothing but revenge on Ryu. He wants to tear him down, make him feel the humiliation that he felt. And I think it's funny that we all talking about, y'all's character was Vegeta and mine is Sagat, and they were both big on pride and status. But Sagat winds up getting humbled time and time again. He fights Ryu and he loses. And he starts looking at Ryu's personality and what makes him tick. And he just goes on a better way. He looks at fighting from a different angle. And when he does that, it ultimately turns him into a better person, especially around the Street Fighter 4 era, where you play story mode with him and he's like meditating and stuff like that. And he ultimately becomes a better person. And that's why I respect Sagat. And he also, like I say, he'll put that can of Muay Thai whoop ass on you too. He's just a badass character overall. So that's my pick.
And one more.
And I think with all that, we noticing a pattern with redemption stories.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Yeah, we all like redemption stories.
I don't know though. Like, I ain't gonna last on long. I don't know if that's what drew me in, but I do like.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's the main reason. I'm just saying it's interesting that we all like that redemption story.
He was able to overcome his blind rage, and actually, he wants future Muay Thai practitioners to be better than him, both mentally, and skill wise. So yeah, you got a point.
And one last thing to add on.
Now he just needs to train Fakam Ram.
With your cool ass.
Now, one thing to add on with the Sagat thing, the Street Fighter 2 animated movie, the opening fight scene with him and Ryu is probably the best fight scene in the movie. It's really good.
Okay.
Just the way they're fighting out.
I need to go check it out.
The tall grasses, you got the thunder striking the ground. They're like sweating. They really trying to get over on each other. And it's a pretty great fight.
Is this before he gets his scar?
He actually gets his scar in that scene. Yeah, so when they're fighting, he doesn't have the scar. And then there's I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but there comes a part where Ryu gives him an uppercut or whatever, and then blood everywhere.
He say he
I
don't
know,
want to
man.
spoil
My
it.
bad,
That
man.
movie been out like
I suck
20
at
years.
this, man. Shoot. But yeah,
Been
go check it
longer
out,
than
though. It's
that.
the opening scene from the animated
Yeah.
movie. He gets his car there. Pretty great scene.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what you got next, Lambo? When you gonna ask BLJ about his new venture or what he up to?
Yeah, so we all know that you've been playing Ragnarok. You've been talking about it for so long. We know you weren't going to wait.
Kratos!
So
Read it, boy. But yeah. So, give us your opinion. What do you think? Is it worth it? Should people buy it? Should they play it? Is it trash?
Well, to answer all these questions before I just give my brief.
Harkins juice?
Yes, you should all get the game. It is amazing. Right? Just in short, to
everybody
answer what you just asked, it is amazing.
You heard it here first.
Yes. I will say, a couple episodes ago, I told you guys every time I get a game, I started off in the hardest difficulty, then I start playing it and try to make my way through it. I will say I've been progressing through the game on the hardest difficulty. And I'm like, man, the God of War 2018, I was getting beat up and had to tone it down a little bit, but it don't seem that difficult this game. I don't know if my skills just like perked up or maybe the game's easier. I don't know. But regardless,
that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, but regardless, the animations in the game are great. The cutscenes are great. There's a lot of boss characters in the game that I fought very early on in the game versus God of War 2018, where they had boss fights, but they did kind of like palette swap bosses. So you'll fight the same troll, but it'll be a different color, and have different powers, but it was like the same model. You know what I mean? The beginning of this game,
got to use those resources, my boy.
But the beginning of this game, I fought very diverse bosses, and they've all been very great set pieces and stuff like that. So it's been really good. It's been really fun. I'm not having any difficulties with it just yet, and I haven't seen anything that made me, have a sour taste in my mouth. I will say what I told you about the other couple of episodes ago, where you're fighting and people are behind you, and they got this arrow that blinks when you're about to get hit. I still have the issue just a little bit. I mean, there is a quick turn feature, kind of like in the Resident Evil games, where you just turn around real quick, So you kind of got to get used to doing that, and it'll be.
Got to get used to it.
But overall, though, it's been a good time. Very good time. I mean, if we wasn't potting right now, your boy would be playing that thing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the big question is, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
The big question is, does it have puzzles?
Oh yeah, there
is. Have been.
I feel attacked.
There have been many puzzles so far. Something simple like this door is closed, right, and you see that there's this thing in the way, and then you have to move it out the way, but it don't just move easily. You got to kind of go here and go there, use a different weapon to break this, and then now go all the way back around, and now little stuff like that. But I haven't faced like a huge puzzle.
Little stuff, he says.
All right, so those of y'all that are listening, I believe it was last episode, I'm not really enjoying the first God of War because it's too puzzly for me. And he's sitting here like, oh man, this is a little puzzle. You just move this. I feel personally attacked, but that's what Lambo does, because I be sitting there squinching at the screen, got my controller, and for some reason, it's some puzzle on the first one where you're moving this wheel and you need to pull out your axe and freeze something. I didn't get the instructions out the box to freeze that shit. So I'm sitting here making caveman noises, and I sat there scratching my head for like 10 minutes. I didn't know what to do. And y'all are probably a lot more sharper than me in that area. So y'all probably didn't know this, but if you don't solve the puzzle in time, Atreus will start questioning you, talking about you ain't figured it out yet, or come on. So I'm sitting here, not understanding. And then that puzzle, I was stuck on it. So I went to work the next day, and my coworker started scolding me like, you don't know how to do that? You're supposed to freeze the wheel. And that's how I found it out. So I'm kind of embarrassed to say
And
this.
I was looking at the options in the game before I started playing it. They do have a puzzle difficulty level. You can tone down the puzzles, you know.
I'm in. I went. See, I wasn't the only one. They wouldn't just put that in there because of me, right?
I think so.
No, you know they listen to our podcast. They definitely put it in there just for
Monica
you.
Studios, right? Isn't that them? Thank you, Santa Monica Studios. Thank you. I appreciate it. I feel
they
love.
Listen to us.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. We know the devs are listening.
But yeah, it's been overall really good though. I know most people have seen trailers of the game already, and you actually run into Thor in the game. Don't want to spoil it because I mean those always been in trailers and stuff already, but you run into him pretty early in the game, and he's a pretty cool character. Has a very cool design, not like the usual Thor you see from Marvel or even comic books. He's not like a super buff guy. He's actually brown, kind of fat guy, you know, and he looks really cool. I did it a lot. So
that's a big old boy.
Yeah,
I got you.
So everything.
What I want to know is did they add the John Travolta skin for Kratos?
I think that's DLC actually.
I'm really gonna buy it.
My boo Amber told me about the DLC. Oh, see, she told me all about that DLC.
Oh man. Hey, well, I'm glad that you enjoying the game, man. I'll get to it eventually if I can ever beat the first one. You know what I'm saying?
One of these days.
For sure.
Especially now that he can turn the puzzles down.
Yeah, I'm really in now, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fighter, right? Most of our podcast episodes, I tell you about I love fighting games and hack and slash games. I'm good at those. Like my guard parry timing is godlike. You know how the old Kung Fu master closes his eyes and is like this? That's me, you know. He says it's annoying. Well, puzzles is
it was annoying until I learned how to guard break.
Oh, yeah. That too. Yeah, that mechanic there. But yeah,
it
for
was
those
funny.
of y'all that don't know, yeah, we speaking Soul Calibur lingo right now.
I don't know nothing about that game.
But oh man.
How'd you know I was going to guard parry right there?
Hey, can I tell y'all brief? So I was downloading the game and it said I couldn't download it because I didn't have enough space. So I was going through my list of applications that I needed to download. You know the one that I took off first?
No.
Calibur. Get that out of here.
Mortal Kombat 11 because it's trash.
I don't even play that game. Get that out of here. It was the first one. It wasn't even the highest.
Why does he come out swinging at us?
I just saw it and I was like, D-Lee, got it out here with the quickness. Your boy not playing out here. Don't play no.
Caught that L one too many times. Caught it one too many times. That's that
just tells us how good you are at that game.
Bro, download that thing right now and get both of you guys the hands.
Nah.
Well, bring it on then.
I'll play. What's my guy name? Maxie. Yup. And this is his name? And that's his name?
Typical Eddie Gordo. Yeah, he don't even know his name.
Yeah,
but you know Maxie.
Exactly.
You get on the controller and think you get some strings and think you know how to play.
I know. I get the little things when he do that
Take controller?
And then he do that one thing. Yup.
Yeah, there you go. That right there.
Yep.
Yeah. You can sneeze on the controller with Eddie Gordo and he gets to doing all this shit. So yeah, I agree. Yeah. So I'm gonna introduce today's topic. We're gonna talk about it a little bit. I didn't fill the party bus up full of gas, so I don't know how long we're gonna ride today. But one of your favorite video game entries, like series, let's say they've been on hiatus for way too long. What game series would you like to see resurrected with a new entry into the series? Can y'all think of one?
Hey, can I go first? Gotta go first. Big first.
Big first.
Put my drink down one time. You know what I'm saying?
Drinking at 8. Drink water, kids. I should follow that advice too.
Right.
So
stay hydrated, folks.
I was a big fan of Bloody War back in the day.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Bloody Roar, that's a good one.
Big fan of Bloody Roar. I will say when it when I was younger playing the game, I didn't really understand the game. I just knew it had characters that turned into animals, and I knew they powered up, but I didn't know how to do combos or anything like that. I was just playing the game because it looked cool. You know what I mean? But now that I'm older and I know more about the game mechanics and stuff like that, I would love to see it come back. Obviously with better graphics, better mechanics, and just see it in a more modern era. I feel like that'd be a really great game. And like you guys' game, Soul Calibur is actually a game that you can ring out people, So that's pretty cool. And on top of that, you can do wall combos and stuff like that. So I think that would be a great.
You could ring people out in Bloody Roar?
Yeah, you can break the wall.
Could you?
Yep, get them out. Yep.
Yeah, it's been so long since I played it, I couldn't remember if you were able to or not.
Yeah.
So that is a good choice.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would love to see that come back.
Man, who did you run on Bloody Roar?
I played. He looked like Lewu Long. His name is Long, I think.
Oh, the tiger. Yeah, I was just finna say, Long is cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He had an alternate version of him called Shin Long or something.
I think that's his name. I don't know.
I think it was like a gold tiger.
I don't know.
Nah, he wasn't gold. I don't know what he was, but he was like the bad version of him. I can't remember. I don't know if he was a clone or something. I could be making that up. My Bloody Roar lore is not as strong, but I liked Sheila. I think her name was Sheila, the leopard or something like that. Yeah. Remember her? She had that cool ass Broly hair. Yeah, she was cool.
She was like the snow leopard.
I think she was just a regular leopard. I think she was.
It's been so long, bro. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I just know I had way too much fun with that game.
Bloody Roar 3, you could play as the boss, Uranus. She was cool too. The next entries after that, they toned her down, I believe. But she was cool as well. I do want to say Yugo, the wolf, but poster boy, I don't need you breaking out in your seat.
It's funny.
Lambo,
that's the one time that I played the poster boy.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we can relate there.
And one more thing.
Yugo was my shit, and forget the other guy, the beetle.
Damn, I forgot that
beetle.
Yeah, I remember
play that beetle. Get that mess out of here. Hey, but one no. So one thing that I would like to see if it were to come back, and I don't know how you guys feel about this particular feature or mechanic in fighting games, but I'm a huge fan of tag fighting games. So not 3-on-3 tag like Marvel 2 or the Dragon Ball game, but I love 2-on-2 tag games. And I feel like most games just don't really do that. You know what I mean? So if it were to come,
well, hang on to your seats because League of Legends is just that. Project L, they don't have an official name for it yet, but Project L is 2v2 and has a whole bunch of cool characters.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Shameless plug, because I respect the man. Rufo Manga just released a video where it's not set in stone, but they have a good idea of what characters are coming in the first wave of Project L. So you should check that video out. To you and those that are watching,
I don't know the characters.
Check it out.
I don't know much about Legends, but I did see the video, and the characters look.
I didn't see Leona, and I didn't see Misfortune, so I'm a little sad. Or Garen, but I'm not gonna complain. We'll just wait and see.
Yeah, but if Bloody War were to come back, I would love to see it as a 2-on-2 tag, and that would warm your boy's heart. You know what I'm saying? Me and Amber at that right booth. Anyways, what about you guys?
BLJ, I think you'll like this. I was looking it up. The Beatles' name is Steven Goldberg.
Oh, what? I'm about to play the Beatle then. Even though I don't like Beatles.
Steven Goldberg, and his nickname is Stun.
You can get that nickname out of here.
I will say the mole's name was always interesting to me. Buckaroo. I hate that Buckaroo, but yeah, they spell it like Ryu, but it's Buckaroo the mole. So he was cool. A ninja mole,
he was legit too. He was fun. Unique. Man, a lot of those characters were fun to play though. Mm-hmm. I played Shion too. Was he the final boss in 3, or was he in 1?
He might have been. He was like a xenomorph or something, right?
Yeah. He's some kind of like alien creature.
He's a xenomorph, not xenomorph. He was called the Unborn. He looks like a xenomorph a little bit with the intent. I don't know, like a cockroach. I don't remember what he was, but he was called the Unborn. Yeah,
Yeah.
Somebody feeling themselves. We live
My
now.
bad.
I'm surprised you weren't playing Gato all the time, though.
I always got it in the.
No, I didn't. I didn't play the Lion. Surprisingly,
That's surprising.
Yeah. What about you, Lambo? You gonna go next?
What game is it for you?
Oh yeah, man. So I touched on in a previous episode about how much I love Legend of Dragoon.
Yeah.
And that kind of gives you an idea of the era of games where I was really into gaming a lot, and that's pretty much all I did because didn't have a job, could do whatever I wanted. So another series. I'm not gonna say Legend of Dragoon as much as I want it to come back. Another series that I really want to see return because it got cut off in the middle of the story, so we never got to see the conclusion, is the Legacy of Kain series.
Okay.
The writing, the voice acting, the storyline, the gameplay, it was all great. I enjoyed every minute of all the games, and I would love to see them bring it back. And really, I think I want them to remake it and start again at the beginning. Because at this point, a lot of the voice actors, even when they were recording back in the day, they were older. A lot of the main characters were older voice actors. And I believe a couple of them have passed away by this point. So I really would like to see them remake it, recast the voices, and give us a good 6, 7, 8 entry long series and start the story over and finish the story this time. But I know it's a lot to ask running that many games, and I think that's kind of what happened with the Legacy of Kain series is we got 5 games in, and the story was still going, and I just feel like a lot of people don't really like to commit that much to that long of a story.
Yeah.
But I would love to see it come back.
Yeah.
Man, well, if they listening to us, then hopefully, that happens.
Yeah.
But we'll give you more feedback.
Fantastic story. I can't talk enough about the story of that game.
Yeah.
What's up?
I said I would give you more feedback on this game entry, but I never played Legacy of Kain, so I don't know much about it.
I'd recommend it. Just go into it knowing that you're not going to get an ending.
Disappointing. Very disappointing.
Yeah. Very. It makes me sad.
Only game I know that got Kain in the title was what was the game? It was something in Kain. Kain and Lynch. Y'all remember that game?
Oh yeah.
It sounds familiar, but I don't remember it.
If I remember correctly, it was like 2 guys. It was like a shooting action game. That's all I remember. Kain and Lynch. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
That's the only Kain I remember. You know what I mean?
Okay. No, I don't remember.
But that does bring up another. I'll give you a little quick one. Another series I'd like to see come back and done properly this time. Army of Two.
Oh, that is a fantastic pick.
Good game.
Yeah, that game was fun. Was one of them not done properly?
Really, none of them were.
The first one,
the second one was probably the closest one to being done well. But the problem is they were backed by EA, and so EA didn't really care. They just wanted money. The first one was pretty solid. It was just short. It was like 6, 7 chapters, and you could finish it in 2 or 3 hours.
Oh man!
And then the second game actually had a pretty decent story length to it. I want to say like 10 or 15 hours. But then they added some DLC where you could, because both the characters wore ballistic masks, and they added some DLC where you can make your own custom masks. But something got messed up to where the item you needed to pick up to be able to do it, the chest it was in would lock, but it also had a key item in it that you needed to progress the story. And they were like, yeah, we're just not going to fix it. So it was a bug. No, you didn't have to buy the DLC, but it was a bug that only happened to certain people. And of course it happened to me because it's my luck. And I sent them an email, said, hey, this is happening, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, oh yeah, delete the game, start over, try again, basically, because we're not going to fix it. I was like,
wow.
I'm just not going to play anymore.
Yeah, that game was really short.
And then I didn't even play the third one, and I didn't hear good stuff.
I just looked it up while you were speaking. I looked up a Kane and Lynch walkthrough.
Yeah.
It says full gameplay walkthrough, 2 hours and 33 minutes.
For Kane and Lynch?
Yep, Kane and Lynch 2, Dog Days. I don't know if that's a speed run or what, but 2 hours and 30 minutes is definitely not worth.
Well, hell, it might as well be. The speed run of the game's probably 20 minutes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But what about you, Toro? What are you resurrecting?
I knew it. Man, well, I'm finna go back in a little bit of the retro era. I'm gonna give y'all another wacky pick. First, I had to call on the OG Sagat, but I don't know how familiar y'all are with Sega Saturn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
a little bit.
I don't know. Okay, they had this very unique entry called Nights into Dreams, and you played as this little. He looks like a jester dude with like these big ass, I don't know, adorable eyes or something. And there's these two main characters, Elliot and Claire, I believe their names are. I haven't looked it up, researched. I'm going off the dome. And both of them had traumatic experiences. I think they were both at school. And what I mean by traumatic is it's more like embarrassing. They have to overcome their trials. So Elliot, I believe he's like a new kid at school and he's playing basketball with bigger kids and he's dribbling down the court and someone steals the ball from him and they blow past him and just like punch that mug, like, yeah, slam dunk it. And everybody celebrates with that guy and he walks home alone. He's all sad. That's his dilemma. Then there's Claire. I believe her name is Claire. She's very good at singing and she's going on a school. I think it's either a talent show or like a music show or something like that. And it's her turn to sing and she goes out in front of everyone and she's about to sing and she just freezes and in embarrassment, she runs off the stage.
I mean, it could have been worse.
So the way this game works is there's the character is named Nights. And as they sleep or something like that, he's like the avatar and they basically what is it? Like I want to say fuse, but they don't fuse with him, but they use his body as an avatar. They play the role of Nights into Dreams, and it had a unique control scheme. It had this big roundish controller that you could buy and had analog, and you fly through all these little hoops and stuff and get a high score. And once you get a high enough score, you beat the level and you fight these really unique bosses, right? And one boss that I remember, and I would love to see this game updated and remade, he's the version of Knights, but he's like a bad version, like evil version. His name's Reala. I don't know if it's a play off reality or what. And you have to duel him and like you're both flying against each other, flying through these loops. And I can't remember what you have to do to damage him, but it was like a unique boss fight. And at the very end of the game, the last boss, his name's Wise Man. And he's a unique looking character as well. But that game just had a lasting impression in regards to the story and how you flew around. It was like a 3D-ish game and you fly around and do all this exploring and stuff. So that's my game that I feel will be a cool sequel in this day and age. So Nights in the Dreams.
Definitely digging deep into the treasure trove to find that gem.
Oh yeah, for sure. But you know how I get down, man. I gotta bring attention to the games that kind of just got swept to the side that people don't know about. Highly recommend you guys look up footage of Nights in the Dreams. It's a very unique game and it debuted on the Sega Saturn. Can't remember exactly what year, but it's a really cool game and won't tell you the endings. You can look it up yourselves, but I think you'll be satisfied with both endings, Elliot's and Claire's. You'll like those endings because the point of Nights is giving them the drive and the courage to overcome their fears. So y'all should check it out. Really good game.
Is this an anime game?
I won't say it's anime. It has a weird 3D-ish graphics. It's not anime though. It's not animated.
Sounds like an anime game.
Mm-hmm.
Just the names of the characters and the concept behind the story sounds very anime.
Yeah. Okay. But I don't think it's not. But
No.
that's my spotlight for today.
Okay.
Pretty solid choice.
It is, because I ain't never heard that thing before.
Okay. I'm still just flabbergasted and amazed we sitting here, in real time, 3D, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now y'all, I'm talking to y'all now. I can't fall asleep. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I'll fall asleep mid-podcast one day.
Better don't.
Here's Bill J.
Better don't. I know where you live.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's Bill J with his whatever it is. So now y'all really getting to see how
What you mean, whatever it is?
Let's see. BLJ, are you over? Is BLJ over here or is he over here? I haven't figured it out
for
yet.
For me, he's down here. But when the podcast airs,
well, no, I'm talking about
be here.
Yeah, he's either here or there. I'm one of these two.
Yeah.
For me, for me, Poro's right there, and then Lambonius is right here. But then my boo is right there, boy. Look at her. Boy, she looking fine out here, boy. Yep. This is definitely a change of pace, though.
I'm getting pretty hungry.
It is. While we're here, before I forget, if he's watching
episode 20.
Yeah, for sure. Episode 20 again. And in regards to that, I want to give a big shout out to Asian Pikachu 215. If you're out there watching, you're out here listening, want to give you a big thank you for you dropping by, giving us words of encouragement. I want to give you another big thank you. Thank you for allowing us to use your footage. And we wish you the best. Maybe one time, like I say, you could pop in and give your opinion with us. We would love that. So I want to give you a shout out. Appreciate you, your contributions thus far. So thumbs up to you, man.
Thanks for your support.
To touch on that, I just love it when you do anything and then there's people.
What are we touching on?
This guy up here, he's funny. No,
yeah.
I just love it when you're doing anything, whatever it may be, and then there's somebody out there that's been doing it a little longer than you. They may be a little more popular than you, or whatever the case may be. But they'll reach out and give words of encouragement, or share your stuff, or just support.
Yeah. Didn't have to.
Yeah, so that's really dope that Asian Pikachu has been doing that. So whenever I see stuff like that, it really gets your boy juiced up. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, man. And, if things work out one day, maybe we could do a collab or something like that. And that'd be pretty dope.
For sure.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I feel like it was a tender topic today. It's a little fast. Like I say, party bus running out of gas. But
speaking of tenders, Amber's over there looking real good. I think I'm going to go get some after this.
You guys find your own Amber now. Babe, don't listen to them.
Gotta get some tenders, man. No. I'm talking about getting some chicken tenders. Give me some chicky tendies, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm hungry.
My boo do taste like chicken, quite literally. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Oh man, you keep it up. I'm gonna have to turn this to the red light district.
Man. But no, that's a pretty good topic today, man. I feel like that's one that can go on for a while. I mean, there's obviously other games that I got ideas for, but definitely Bloody Roar for me. I would love to see that make a comeback at some point.
Yeah. Bloody Roar is a fantastic choice. I actually like everybody's choice today. I want to give that I'm gonna see if I can find that game somewhere. What'd you say it was called, Toro?
Nights into Dreams.
Nights into Dreams.
Should check it out.
See if I can find that somewhere.
Before we get out of here, that game, what system was it on back in the day? The one you brought up?
Sega Saturn.
Ooh, I never had one of those. I had a Sega Genesis. I didn't have a Saturn, though.
You missed out, man. They also had a game called Daytona USA, amazing racing game. This was back when they gave you all the goodies in the game without microtransactions, but you had to do the endurance match or something. It was like 80 laps or something. boy, it was rough. I did that. It was almost an hour of me racing. But if you came in first place in that 80 lap race, you could unlock race horses. You could race with race horses against race cars, and you could have the racehorse, and you could have the racehorse and its kid, like a pony following behind it. And I thought that was the coolest thing when I unlocked it. When I was a kid. It was really cool.
I have one question about that. Could you drift with the racehorse?
Man, I was a little kid. You probably could. Like, you have to look up footage. Maybe we can pull up some footage. I can't get it for you. Maybe
I'll see if I can find something.
Yeah,
try
to put
I'll see if I can find something.
But yeah, I enjoyed that, man. Like that, those games bring back memories. But yeah, another Sega Saturn gem is Daytona USA, and one more before I get out of here.
Ridge Racer.
It was a series. It was well, not that one. I never played that one. But there is a platformer on Sega Saturn. I didn't play the first one. Like back then, for Christmas, my parents would just get me games, and they got me this game called Bug 2. I didn't get the first Bug, but Bug 2, you get to play as 3 characters. Obviously, one of them name is Bug. The other one, he actually is throwed out like our boy BLJ here. His name is Superfly, and he had a real cool, deep voice. And then the last one, he's like a fuse between a dog and a maggot dog. He had a dog's head, but like a maggot body because they're bugs. But it was a really interesting and cool game. Like, the bosses were unique. There's this random blue alien in a level, and he talks like, I don't know what accent he has, but he's in the background of the level, and he's in a flying saucer, and he's flying back and forth. And he's like, "Blue Maney!" He's like, "I have a hole in me pocket," and he just says it like over and over. It's like a weird game. And what else is there that's weird? There's this Sea King that you fight underwater, and when he's a boss, and when you beat him, he's like, "Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle." So I learned all that stuff probably like in, I don't know, like 7th grade. But it's a good game. Bug 2. Check that mug out. I think you'll like it. It's cool.
Bug 2.
So that ends my trip. Yeah, that ends my trip down nostalgia lane. But check out those games.
I got one last one, and I really can't remember the name of it. But if you guys back in the day ever went to like a restaurant or something, or maybe in an arcade, there was this boxing game that was you'd get the boxing gloves and you put them on your hand, and you put like one foot in like this little circle, and it was kind of like a motion capture game, and you would actually box and weave, and you'll fight the guy on the screen. Have you guys ever played that? I forget the name of it.
Never heard of it.
I've never seen it.
I have to find the name of it, but one feature on the game that I thought was really cool, when you get close to knocking a guy out and he's got like no health left, it'll be a target over his face, like literally like a crosshair over his face, and then it'll say like 30 hits on top of it. So you'll sit there hitting him for 30 times. And the whole time he's like getting shot like he's in an action movie. You know, when dudes get shot in a movie, they be all like this. But he would do that in the game, but the whole time you just like punching him. And then like the last hit, you hit him and like knock him out. I forget the name of the game. I'll find it out.
KO.
But that was a pretty good one. I would love to see that come back.
Do that.
I feel bad because I don't know the name of it.
Hell yeah.
Anyways, you guys get the gist.
Cool.
Yep.
What about you, Lambo?
Well, gentlemen, I'm getting pretty hungry. I'm gonna have to pull the emergency stop on the party bus. I know we're running low on gas too.
Right now.
Yeah. There's a Buc-ee's coming up. We could get some gas and food.
I hear you. Well, thank y'all for coming to hang out with us. I'm gonna continue my tradition. I always say, now y'all actually can see me say it. It's been an honor. We still climb Progression Mountain. You know,
see him smile his ass off while he says it too.
You know me. I got to show you.
I'm pearly
real and live and in living color. But I'm gonna let them go after me. But I'm signing off. I'm the Mighty Toro, and y'all gonna catch.
Can't tell where you're pointing.
I'm not finished. I'm pointing at y'all. I'm just saying. I'm the Mighty Toro, and
and I'm Lambo.
Y'all suck.
Make sure to subscribe, like, comment. Tell us what games you want to see come back. What series have just
there you go.
They dropped the ball and left you behind, and you want to see them make a return. And make sure you subscribe, Darren.
Oh, that boy dropped it.
Hold on, wait. Yeah, let him say it again. Who?
No, so before we get out
Darren.
here, the name of the game was called Mocap Boxing. I should have known that. It's called Mocap Boxing.
He's still on this. He just came back. Wait, here's the name of the game. We signing out, y'all.
Yeah, right.
But go ahead.
I looked it up real quick. But anyways.
That's typical BLJ.
Anyways. Until next
bring us home then, BLJ.
You know, thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe. You know, me and my boo Amber would really enjoy that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? She would love that as well. But yeah, so if you guys got any comments on the topics we brought up today, leave them down in the comment section. And we'll have a little discussion down there. So until next time, thank you for playing.
Thank you for playing this podcast. Thank you for playing video games. I said it backwards, but you get it. Catch you guys later. All
right, let's go play some Bloody Roar.
Yeah!